Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new Mr. Informal podcast. We are on the Mr. Informal podcast 192, closing in to the number 200. Can you believe that? But I can, because it's all about consistency. And hopefully you are doing well today wherever you are in the world, and hopefully you are healthy, certainly being safe out there as usual and every day. And lastly, hopefully you are enjoying life. So, what do we have for the Mr. Informal podcast 192? Before I get to that, please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, mrinformal.com. So, these are the 4 topics for the Mr. Informal podcast 192. Instacart is adding a tier which is called Instacart Suite. Number 2, Lululemon passes Under Armour in terms of value. Can you believe that? Or it could be revenue, depending on how you want to see it. Number 3 is Palace, the new Supreme. Certainly, Palace is making ground in the street world and is also in the collaboration sector of the fashion industry. Last but not least, in this past few days, on April Fool's, Tiffany and Co has provided the world of its new venture called Tiffcoin. Yes, coins, currency. It was actually an April Fool's joke, but it could be a reality. So those are the 4 topics for this Mr. Informal podcast number 192. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. On the first article is from retail.com titled Instacart unveils suite of services for retailers including 15-minute delivery. Wow, 15 minutes, huh? So Instacart announced last week the launch of Instacart platform, a suite of technology services for retailers that includes 15-minute delivery powered by nano fulfillment centers. What does that even mean? The platform suite includes existing services like e-commerce development, as well as new tools like advertising solutions, data, insights, and its fulfillment services, Carrot warehouses, which will initially offer rapid delivery for public shoppers in Miami and Atlanta. The new platform expands Instacart services offerings and unifies them under one umbrella as the e-commerce company looks to stay relevant with retailers. So they're trying to jump the gun already to make sure they are the number one retailer in terms of public delivery. I forgot what it's called. In any case, they want to be ahead of Uber. So as Instacart faces slowing growth, increases competition, and retailers becoming less reliant on its marketplace for online sales, the company is evolving its business strategy, trying to sell grocers on a suite of services that will help them navigate costly, complex e-commerce landscape. I'll be honest with you, I think this is a great idea. Certainly they want to move on from just delivering groceries and also delivering food. They also want to, instead of the retailers depending on FedEx and UPS, if you are in the same area or the same city, certainly you can use Instacart just to deliver the item. And instead of people going to the mall, they can just order it online and have Instacart pick it up in store and just have it delivered to them, which is pretty great. Also, I have no problem with this. Certainly, I absolutely do not. But I really have to let the people who are going to use these services is that if you are buying luxury goods and high end, you have to be careful. I would definitely be careful and cautious that, let's say you buy Louis Vuitton and you want Instacart to pick it up. I mean, what if your luxury suddenly disappears? You never know. So I think this type of tier or suite or some kind of package will certainly have its concerns and also its cautious consumer cautiousness. And so we'll see. But in any case, in terms of the business ventures and also business packaging to offer retailers, it's actually pretty good. I really do not have any problem with this, as I've said in the beginning, but they are going to want to be ahead of Uber. I know Uber is trying to have Uber Eats and also its drivers. Not only that, they are also going for autopilot cars, autonomous cars, and all of that. Not only that, so they also want to venture out into retail deliveries instead of having FedEx, UPS, and the post office. Certainly, FedEx and the post office will be happy off with this instead of having to have their facilities congested. But all these terminologies which I don't get, carrot warehouses and then nano fulfillment centers, what does that even mean? Instacart needs to stop with these terminologies and just keep it simple, and hopefully this takes off, because I do think that this has potential other than just food. On to topic number 2 from retail.com, titled Lululemon surpasses $6 billion in revenue for the first time, overtaking Under Armour. Could you believe that? What is going on with Under Armour? Apparently there's been slacking, and they're probably looking for new CEOs, new CFOs, new businessmen, or new board members, whatever you want to call it. So Lululemon on Tuesday said that the company official checked off another goal on its Power Tree growth strategies 2 years ahead of schedule, surpassing $6 billion for the first time. That leisure retail clocked 42% revenue over 2020, reached $6.3 billion. The company has already achieved its goals of doubling its men's businesses and doubling e-commerce. The CEO, Calvin Klein, said on a call with analysts that it will quadruple international revenue by the end of the year. Unbelievable. A week after the first footwear from Lululemon became available to purchase, McDonald's said that the customer response to running shoes has dramatically exceeded our expectation. A cross-training shoe, a training shoe, and elevated slide, which will launch in the coming months. In addition to surpassing $6 billion in revenue in 2021, Lululemon made more than Under Armour for the year. Also notched significant growth in other key metrics for both the quarter and full year. Lululemon exceeded both 2020 and 2021 numbers for net income, operating income, and net revenue. Unbelievable. Now, what I have to say is, hey, business is business, capitalism around here. So give credit where credit's due. Whatever they're doing is working well. Whether you like the company or not, people are buying them. I don't have any Lululemon items with me. It's not that I don't like the company or I hate them. It's not about that. I have enough clothes, and it just so happens that Lululemon is not in my closet, and it's not something I look at whenever I go to the store, because I already have the clothes that I need. Now, for those people who love Lululemon, certainly this is great. Also, they have more things to come under development. They're probably experimenting on some new designs and also new materials. Certainly, that is coming. And also, could you believe, I'm not surprised that Lululemon is making money, but what I am surprised is Under Armour slacking. I don't understand how Lululemon is making all these big money and yet Under Armour is not. It overtook Under Armour in terms of, I guess, sales generated or net income, whatever you want to call it. And so Under Armour is definitely slacking. So as for Lululemon, this is where they have to be careful. Yes, you are growing fast. Yes, you are making a lot of money fast, but don't open stores all the time, because it might end up turning into Forever 21, where they are making so much money, they are opening so many stores that a lot of the people inside can't even control the pace. That they're growing so fast that they don't even know what to do. They can't even control. So if I was Lululemon, I would, let's slow it down. But I'm not going to close all the stores, but let's just slow it down. Let's slow our projection down, just so we can comprehend and we can control the amount of business that we are creating or we are making. Also, definitely the profits. But all I can say is I do not feel sorry for Under Armour. I think that this is great for Lululemon, and don't be surprised that Lululemon actually gets into sneakers really full force. So as you all know and the world know, Supreme is famous for collaboration, and everybody seems to be buying Supreme. But Palace, I've known Palace for a long time. They also do a lot of collaboration. They also have do a lot of they have a lot of stores international, and they're more famous internationally, but Supreme is just famous worldwide. But I think I'm speaking about this because I think Palace is going to maybe compete with Supreme in an even or equal terms, or it might overtake Supreme. So from our article from High Snob, it's official, titled "It's Official, Calvin Klein and Palace is on the way." So there's a collaboration with Calvin Klein and Palace, most likely denim jackets and denim jeans. I would not be surprised for that. But this certainly is one of the more famous collaboration that Palace has done. And I'm telling you, I think Palace is making ground here. They are going full force. Not only that, they know that Supreme has that collaboration lane, and they want in on the collaboration lane too. And vintage Palace items are gonna go off the charts, are gonna go off the roof here. They're pretty cheap right now, but don't be surprised that Palace is also becoming also raising other prices, or there's going to be a reseller market for Palace. I know that Supreme has a huge amount of reseller or secondhand market out there, and don't be surprised if Palace gets in on that too. Man, I mean, this is huge for Palace, and to those people who don't have Calvin Klein items, I know that Calvin Klein is trying to remain relevant as much as that they can in terms of for the new generation. But I do know that Calvin Klein is a big brand, and for Calvin Klein to actually collaborate with Palace, this is great for Palace. Not only that, this is great for Calvin Klein because it introduces them to the new generation of streetwear and also people who wear streetwear. And I mean, I might even want to look into Palace items too. Now, I mean, I'm not a fan of Calvin Klein anymore, but I just want to check out what Palace has to offer in terms of its items and in terms of the new collection that they have. And I won't be surprised if there's also a line as usual. I mean, this is always seemed the case whenever there's a collaboration. And so we'll see, but Palace is definitely making ground with this collaboration. As for the last topic, this was an April Fool's joke in Tiffany's and Co Instagram, but apparently it becomes a reality. Article from High Snob titled "It Ain't April Fool's, Tiffany and Company is actually minting Tiffcoins." So apparently this Tiffcoin was an April Fool's joke on Instagram, but apparently on April 2, Tiffany and Company revealed to High Snob that it was indeed bringing Tiffcoin to life, but not as a cryptocurrency. Tiffcoin will instead be revived as limited edition collectible on Tiffany and Co's company, where 499 individually numbered and engraved Tiffcoins will drop at 11:11 Eastern Time on April 2 for $10,000. So what do you get for $10,000? Well, the 2.8 millimeter thick 18K yellow gold coins are actually a rip on the old Tiffany design, alluded by the Instagram commenter. Back when Tiffany and Company used to actually offer Tiffany money. Can you believe that? Well, I mean, don't be surprised if other companies actually do this too. Maybe Chanel coins will come about. I mean, it could be anything. And this Tiffcoin I mean, $10,000 limited edition. If you happen to get one of them, well, your investment has probably doubled. I wouldn't be surprised. Or you actually made money. You didn't lose money. Certainly, these are the kind of things that you never lose money as long as there is a demand for it. So it's just one of those things that if you have too much money to blow, hey, why don't you get it? I mean, it's certainly worth the 10 grand that you buy this. Not only that, in the next coming years, it will be triple, quadruple, whatever you want to call it. And my thing to me is that this will have a ripple effect, domino effect, what kind of effects, whatever you want to call it, because it's going to spread to other companies too. I mean, if it's sold out, hey, they may want to get in on this type of thing too. It's not an NFT, it's an actual physical coin in 18 yellow gold. Heck, maybe I want the coins from John Wick. Why not? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how much that coin is worth. That coin may be worth $1 million. Those coins may be worth 10 grand. It's definitely not worth $1, that's for sure. Because when you hear that coin be put on the table, it's heavy. It's definitely solid gold, that's for sure. So $10,000 for a Tiffany and Company coin. Unbelievable. And so that basically concludes this Mr. Informal podcast 192. Hopefully you listened to me from beginning to end. And if you did, I do appreciate it. I certainly do. I just want to say, stay safe, always stay healthy, and certainly enjoy life. And please do not forget to add me on Instagram. MisterInformal. That's Mr. Informal. And then check out my website, mrinformal.com. MisterInformal.com. And again, please enjoy life. And certainly I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.